Hi, everybody. This is a review of one of my prizes from Larry Graves' 20 Years on YouTube contest. So, this is a special thanks to him. Good morning, everybody. We're going to conclude the week of reviews with another Fleetwood Mac review. This time, we're going to review their live album, Live 1975, which was released in 2025. This was taken from, I think, a pair of shows at the Capitol Theater on their first tour with Lindsay and Stevie. And on this first tour, they were still doing a lot of early period Fleetwood Mac songs, such as Why, and The Green Manarisi, and a couple of my favorites, early Fleetwood Mac favorites, Spare Me a Little of Your Love, and of course Station Man, which we covered in a song review earlier in the week. But they also, like I said, were doing stuff from the first album with Lindsay and Stevie, such as a blistering live version of World Turning, and my favorite version of Blue Letter, which I've heard at least 2 live versions of Blue Letter, or I have 3 live versions of Blue Letter, and 2 of them are the same version. But I like this version, the 1975 live version of Blue Letter, better because it's a little more closer to the original. The other live version that I have from the '82 Mirage Tour live album is Too Fast, and it's this version, this live version, like I said, is a little more closer to the original and a little more. They take their time with it, and stuff. Whereas the '82 version, it sounds kind of like they're all high and just rushing through it, which they were. But I think this CD, this album is taken from a show or a pair of shows that I've heard, because I used to belong to Wolfgang's Vault, which was a site where you can listen to old concerts from the 70s and stuff that were in Bill Graham's archives. And Bill Graham's real name was Wolfgang, and so I think that's where they got the name for the website. But I think I know this show was part of his archives, because I have a version of World Turning from this exact show, that I downloaded, and but the professional copy is much better quality. And so I've heard this show before, but it's nice to have a professional or a commercial release of it. And I was really jazzed, like I said before, to finally have a live version of Station Man, which, as you know, is one of my favorite uh, one of my favorite early period Fleetwood Mac songs. And the live version of Landslide is just your typical Fleetwood Mac live, early Fleetwood Mac live version of it. And I will say this much for the live version of Rhiannon on here. It's a lot, kind of like the live version of Blue Letter. It's they take their time with it, with this version of Rhiannon. It's not all, it's not, you know, as drawn out and drug induced as some of um, the the later 70s live versions of 70s and 80s live versions of Rhiannon would be. And it's not as long. And but so anyway, if you get a chance, please check out this record. Again, it was released in 2025. I give this 5 stars. Background information. Shot and produced by Edinburgh. Audio and video provided by WeVideo and the YouTube Music Library. Photo taken from Google Images. Screen recording taken from Discogs. Achieved using iPicky.com. One of the only early songs that was in the set that Fleetwood Mac retained in their later years pretty much regularly was "Oh Well." And also, one of my other favorite songs is the Buckingham Nicks number "Don't Let Me Down Again."